What up, gang? It's opening by Peter Moran today.
Dude,
With a little curveball at
what
you.
a freaking beautiful little intro. Peter, a little bit of a sad day today, but, I think that, we both have a lot of shit going on right now in our careers and our respective personal lives. So this is unfortunately, it seems to be the last episode Peter will be here. We'll obviously have him on as a guest in the future, but Peter taking a hiatus, man.
Yeah, sad day. I feel like this is the press conference episode, you know?
Man. Yeah.
Little announcement of things to come. Let's talk on the bright side, though. Let's talk about the future of Ted Jones world. Ted Jones world.
So
That's what I want.
I think, in terms of the podcast, we're going to keep putting episodes out 2 days a week. I'm going to have at least a guest once a week and then kind of do my own segment thing.
Yeah.
But definitely want to have you back on as a guest for sure. And, we'll see going forward. I'm going to be posting stuff Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll do the podcast on Monday, Thursday, and then I'll just do the vlog that I have going on Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah, you're kind of
we'll
you're pumping out the content.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot of work, and I understand completely where you're coming from just in terms of like having to be here a bunch and, just getting shit done. Like, guys, having a podcast and let alone recording and just figuring out everything in terms of a podcast is a big deal. Let me just, I'm putting up these mics over here. Go ahead.
See, look at that. Look at that work that has to happen.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
There.
Boom. There we go. Sounding a little bit better. But, all great things, I suppose, come to an end at some point, man. Yeah. But this was really great, and I've enjoyed every single episode we've had together. We've had a lot of good talks. I've had a great time getting to know you, and you're a great dude. I appreciate you a lot.
Hey, I got a lot of respect for you.
Cheers.
For you as well.
Thank you, man.
Good dude. Every time someone comes through the studio, guest whatever, random dude from the gym, nothing but good things to say.
Cool.
You know what else?
What?
The producer sister.
Yes.
Good things to say about
Katie?
Ted Jones.
Okay, good. Well, you haven't met my other sister, but I hopefully she would say the same thing.
I met her on a vlog. I saw a video of her.
Well, my younger sister?
Yeah.
Briefly.
Yeah, she showed up for like taco night, I believe.
Yeah, taco night at Mom's house. I think that was like, I don't know, one of the beginning episodes or whatever. But Peter, we don't really have anything on the agenda today in terms of like piece of paper. So I think we're just going to be spitballing, man.
Yeah, that's what we're rolling with today.
Okay, I want to touch though on this party that we spoke about last episode, dude. Like,
please,
just talking about it and then afterwards seeing the clip, it was just like a whole new vision I had in my head. Like, you were fully on top of you were on like the first and a half floor,
right?
Like those big brownstone steps that you have like, what is it? Probably like 30 steps. Like you were right in the middle of that brownstone in front of that window, so you like fully in the mix in that St. Mark's party. And it was hilarious. I literally saw Peter on a For You page on TikTok 20 minutes after he left here and sent it to him. And like I saw him drinking a beer, sitting on the porch, and like the comment section was just like, look at that guy just enjoying himself, man. But I completely understand what you meant when like people could have easily just thought that you came out of your window and it was like a little unsafe, which likely it was.
Totally. Yeah, it did like in the aftermath freak me out a little. Also now there's 30,000 people that saw that video.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it's at now?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I shared some of that to my story, and it's like, in case you didn't know where I live, like, you know where I live.
Well, I don't think if you put the video, I think it would have been more like, it would have been more inquisitive of where you actually live. That's why I asked you before I like put up anything. I didn't want to put the actual video, because in the actual TikTok video, man, like you see your address, you see like the terrace right next to it, but you'll put up. I'm sure when you move in a couple weeks, you'll throw that up there and then just have a glorious video. But it was really funny just seeing Peter on the For You page and be like, dude, that was actually you.
Yeah,
hilarious, just sitting there smoking tree, drinking beer.
Yeah, I saw some people bring out the cameras, point them at me. I thought something like this might happen.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. Freaking famous on TikTok, among many other things. You have a show tonight, which is Wednesday.
Actually, off this week.
Okay.
Off this week, but yeah, catch me Wednesdays in Eastville Comedy Club in general.
487 Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. Is that the correct address?
Damn.
Okay, cool. So tonight, actually, and I was saying tonight as in Wednesday, but you guys are listening to this on Thursday, I hope, unless I don't even know how you got traction of this episode on Wednesday. But tonight we have the Ted Jones Comedy Show. Peter will be there, of course. We have a few tickets left. I don't even know how many, man. Maybe under 10, something like that. So Really exciting. We're at 75% capacity for the whole show. I don't really know how the mask situation is going to work. How's it been working at that show on Atlantic Avenue?
Masks are gone. Pandemic's over.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's how we think. But like people sitting in the crowd, do they have to wear it the whole time?
No. I mean,
Nice.
it's like a restaurant. You got your beer or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the mask is down. I mean, in New York, like the vast majority of people are vaccinated now, it seems. And if you're not vaccinated, it's probably by choice at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say people are pretty loose with it. I mean, I was in the gym today. Some guy asked me to spot him. He's like, "Do you want me to toss my mask on?" A month ago, it would have been insane to even approach me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, no, I don't care.
Right.
Whatever.
Well, I think that would be the time also in the gym though that somebody would ask if they want to put a mask on, especially when you just
right, exactly,
bubbling all over him.
And now I just kissed him on the mouth. I was like, I don't even care.
I mean, that's how you got to do it cleanly, man. Why can girls kiss each other on the mouth and guys can't even?
You've never kissed a dude on the mouth?
We should like break the barrier right now and just start making out right now through this full podcast.
I've kissed a male friend.
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make a spectacle of it, but like, it's funny when like two girls, like best friends, can make out, and all the guys are like, kiss.
Is that a thing? Is
Imagine
that
if it
really a
happened
thing,
the
or is
other
that
way.
just like
I don't know. I think it might just be movies. Yeah, I don't know if that's actually a thing.
The frequency of that happening seems actually like very, very slim.
Yeah, I think like it's nice to have like the girls, you know, and a sleepover too. You know, like girls, if they have a sleepover, no doubt they're sleeping in the same bed. But like guys, you got to go butt to butt.
Oh no,
a queen bed or whatever. Oh no,
I
front to front.
Yeah.
Scissor action.
I had a I had a friend who stayed with me for a week. No, we were moving in together, but I had a week left on my prior lease, and I was just like, yeah, you can just hop in my bed if you want. And at the time, I was sleeping in a twin, and let me tell you something.
Oh my gosh,
twin bed, hot room in New York, like bad AC flow. And we were getting up like 6, 7 a.m. to go to work, you know, back in the day when people actually went to work.
Yeah, the grind.
And I was sleeping on this thing. This mattress was so trash. I got for $99 the day I moved to New York. It was the cheapest mattress out there. And I was like, I'm going to get this like shitty little mattress, and then I'm going to get a memory foam and put it on top. And I just never bothered with the memory foam. So I'm sleeping on basically springs wrapped in some sort of whatever mattress cover material is with a dude in there. A week straight like that.
Do you have a bed frame?
I did
like
at the time.
Japanese style.
Yeah, I've moved on. After that, actually, there was a lot of. Then I moved, and they folded the mattress when I moved, and that was like the last straw. So I think I slept on that disaster for maybe 2 more months before replacing it.
Yeah, I wonder how often you really have to change your mattress. Like I was walking in Herald Square today, and these 2 girls that looked like they were probably just moving out or somewhere. They're trying to take a king size mattress down the steps to take the 1 train or something like that.
To get on the train?
Yeah.
Oh, that is...
I was like, guys, can you just like split $30 Uber and put it on the roof? I don't even know how you go about transferring a mattress without a moving truck, actually.
Yeah. Did they have it wrapped?
No.
No?
It was just raw mattress, dude. It was pretty gnarly.
You cannot be doing that.
Like, dude, I had the vlog camera with me, too. I was like, all right, maybe I'll give it to one of these girls. I'll offer to help them if they film it. But I was like, girls, you got so much going on. I don't want to be responsible for keeping your mattress, I don't even know, semi-clean. But yeah, no plastic
an unwrapped
bag.
mattress.
It was raw.
In the subway.
Dude, yeah. It was pretty gnarly. How long do mattresses last, though?
I mean, they can last a really long time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. You got a good one. It's like, I mean, I've had my mattress now. It's about to go through a move in a plastic wrap like a human being. And it's going on through 2.5, 3 years, so not too long. But I have no intention of getting rid of it anytime soon.
So wait, it's already in a plastic bag, like
no.
moving?
I mean, it'll be a couple weeks, but it's gonna be wrapped.
Do you know where you're moving yet?
Couple
places.
June. No, where to?
Yeah.
We got 2 applications out.
Okay.
So we'll see. People are snatching it up. It's tough in June. It really is.
People love coming this time. I mean, you have your summer internships, and like this is the time to be like looking for new apartments. You know, you don't want to really be looking at apartments in the dead of winter.
No, it's tough. I mean, if I were like an October person, I would have fewer options, but way less competition.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say, but here I am on the July cycle, as I have been my entire time in New York. But, you know, I'm looking to move into a place where I can post up for a few years, and that won't really be a thing.
Okay.
So there's that. And then I'm also like a tiny part of me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work out. But I want to like move into a van for a month and just.
Wow. That's sick. Why don't you? I mean, you can work remotely, though, can't you?
I can.
So why don't you just rent an RV for what, $1,000 and then go to California or something? Is that the plan? Like you'd fly to California, stay in an RV by the ocean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm flying to California for a week, but I have like a return flight planned anyway.
Dude, F the return flight, man. Get that RV and go chill by the ocean. You totally could, couldn't you?
I mean, I would need to get all my stuff in the RV. It's just a lot more expensive than I thought. I was like, okay, I'm going to get it for a month's rent, maybe a little bit more, and it's like whatever, but it's like 3 months rent for a month in an RV. And
because you need to like carry all your stuff around.
Well, yeah, I would need to have all my stuff in there or throw it in storage and then get moved, but I would have to get movers twice. It's a whole like it just never quite works out. It never quite works out, but it's tempting, man. It's tempting to do something to like live with my parents for 2 months and then go be like a September guy. But I just can't. I can't get away from the city. I'm a masochist. Have
you looked into the potential of like an Airbnb? Even though that's just going to be so much more expensive.
Yeah, that would run it up pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the big thing is moving the stuff around too. It's like I don't want to move it twice.
It storage.
It only makes sense if I'm staying somewhere for free, like going to live with my parents for 2 months. But like that's just not going to happen. Yeah, dude, it's tempting though. It's tempting to switch up the rent cycle, especially. But you know what? I've got some good opportunities. I think that will come through, and I'll have a place, and I can call it my own.
That's great,
the first
man.
time,
Good for you, bro. It's gonna be a full mindset shift. You'll never want to live with anyone again. Forget the girlfriends, forget the wives. It's just gonna be you, man, and your new mattress soon.
Yeah, we'll I think we spoke about this on one episode, but my idea of the perfect marriage or live-in relationship is probably two bedroom situation. It's got to be 2 bathroom,
really?
2 bedroom ideally. I mean, yeah, like look, I'm a guy.
Girlfriend?
I'm a guy that needs my space a little bit, and I like to be able to give people space too. But
2 bedrooms, dude, that's like a little much though. That's like pretty much acknowledging that you're not going to maybe sleep in the same room.
I know. Which
I've heard of a bunch. Like one of my aunts and uncle, they've been sleeping in separate rooms for I think 20 years. And his complaint is that she snores too loud.
Well, look, which is a funny complaint. Harder. It's a weird thing that it's normal if you're married to someone or you live with a girlfriend, spouse, whatever, that you share a bed. I get it. You're in a relationship with someone.
Yeah,
I get that's taboo, where you have sex, but why?
Yeah, why do you sleep there?
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of a weird thing.
It's a jam, too. If you have a queen mattress, man, you don't have a lot of wiggle room.
I've got a full,
think you would? Right. Well, a little bit smaller than a queen, right?
Yeah.
Never really know. The queen and... I think the queen is... The queen and the full might be the same width. It's just
pretty
the length
similar.
is different. The queen length, I think you have an extra foot on the end.
Okay.
Just funny.
Either way, it's yeah, it's tough. It's New York. Getting a 2 bedroom is kind of financially reckless. But
I would think maybe you'd want a 1 bedroom studio. You have kind of your own separate place, maybe a little home office. But having 2 bedrooms, I don't know if that's a good sign.
You think it's bad for the relationship?
I think so.
I mean, if you're why you're doing it and you're being intentional, because then sharing a bed is intentional. Spending time together is intentional.
But would you get, so 2 bedrooms, but would you get 2 mattresses? I think that's that's the main thing.
Two everything. And you have the option of having a slumber party.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe the only reason I'd be against it is because it would be acknowledged as weird, and it would feel like
your boys, me just being all right, dude, this is weird.
Not even from other people, but from the person I'm with. It's
when do you decide when you're gonna sleep together? Also, too.
Well, that's what I like. That it's if you have to be intentional.
That can't work, bro. I don't think that can work. I mean, too many feelings.
What if you're dating someone and you're deciding all the time if you want to spend the night together? All the time.
That's true, but you don't have the option 5 feet away. If you have a 2 bed, well, you're talking about if you have a 2 bedroom and you live together automatically, it just feels different. It feels different.
It would feel different knowing okay, you can just say goodnight and head into your room. I that would be weird. I could see that being unsettling at times.
Bro, I want to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, man.
I mean, but that's kind of then you're you're sleeping together. It's not just out of obligation from either you, whether sleeping together or sleeping together.
Right,
You know what I mean?
I mean,
So-
through the night. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there's some validity there, and just like the space, the quickest way to get on someone's nerve is to live with them, and that's a crazy thing because like that applies for roommates and romantic partners, and it's like the normal thing when a relationship advances is you live together, and I've never lived with a romantic partner, so you know. I'm speaking speculatively.
But have you spent enough time with a romantic partner to the point where you're like, all right, this would be good if we had our separate areas in the house?
Yeah, I've
You know
always.
what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I mean, New York, there's not a lot of space. You're always on top of each other, and I can spend a long period of time with someone I really like, but I want them to be able to have their space too, and I don't want like that would help me not feel like I'm overwhelming someone.
Yeah, I like
well.
I like the idea of 2 bedrooms, but the 2 mattresses, man, I think that's, I don't know. I just don't think that'll work.
Yeah,
Too much emotion behind that. Like, you're moving in together, great, you're sharing everything, and then one night, like, oh, you're not gonna spend the night with me, Kim? Yeah, no, I'm going in that room. I'm going to sleep in that bed. All right. And then, like, it's very touchy. Like, if you sleep alone initially in a bed and you guys have decided that there's already 2 separate bedrooms, like, why not just sleep in separate beds? Mm-hmm. It's kind of, I mean, wouldn't it be hard to mesh and sleep in the same bed after having the option? I would think so.
Yeah. I mean,
The 2 bathrooms, I get. For
the
sure.
2 bathroom, definite,
Yeah, you
a
gotta drop
positive
it,
for the
dude. It's like,
relationship.
come on, yeah.
Exactly. You don't want. I would love like people. Oh, we're close now. I can pee with the door. But like, no, I don't want that. That's not. You're not so close. You want that. You're just you're just like rude now. Yeah. Like in an ideal world, we never need to know what the other person is doing in their bathroom. Like I think you can have intimacy without having to like. Every single aspect of my life is on display to you. Like we all do things in private that we want to keep private. So
Deaf, man. Yeah, I don't think I could keep up my weed smoking if I lived with someone. Maybe I could. I mean, it's just like if I hit a bowl, in like the middle of the day, maybe
That's
somebody
true, the
who's
midday.
living with me would like judge.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, for the most part, maybe I'll hit a bowl middle of the day and then I'll do it at night. So maybe I would just have to transfer it to night, which I could probably do.
Are you
Not that big of a deal.
noticeably different? Like not visually high, but like you hit the bowl at 1:30, your girlfriend shows up.
Yeah. Well, as you know, and as I've said before on the podcast, like anytime we record, I give myself like a 3-hour window.
Yeah.
So just in general, like if I were to hop on here like right after I smoked, I think that there'd be a little bit of a difference in like how I'm able to enunciate and the progression of my words and such. But besides that, I think like hanging out, I don't think you'd notice.
Yeah.
I've had girlfriends in the past that I think just didn't like the idea of weed, so that like anytime I was high, she'd like notice and like sniff it out and be like, "You're high. I know you're high."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, shut up. Yeah, I'm high. Like, why? The reason I'm getting high is because you're giving me a hard time about getting high.
Yeah.
So I think that it's not so noticeable, but like I definitely don't want to smoke weed before I'm doing something where I'm speaking a lot, like before a speech or something like that. If I'm editing whatever, a vlog or the podcast, like I'll do it stoned, because I'm not like interacting with anyone, and I think it kind of zones in my focus.
Good for you. I would struggle with that. But yeah, that is definitely that's another living alone, doing your own thing perk is. Because you know how you are, if you've changed, that you're. Because I've definitely, I was having a conversation with someone recently, and she had just gotten out of a relationship with someone who smoked every night, and she said, she didn't like it. It wasn't big. It wasn't why they broke up, but like it was a red flag for her, and she didn't like it. And he said it was fine, and she would always feel weird. Like, did he mean that, or was he just high, or this or that? And
I think
she was
he would always mean that. No, it's not like being drunk. I feel.
Agreed. I fully agree with that. And even in that case, it's like you have to be like drunk. That's the thing. Like being high, it might be equivalent to like a 3-beer buzz. Like you're the same person. You're just like having a little bit of a good time.
Yeah, you're just being nice.
If I'm hammered, I might say something I don't mean.
Yeah.
Like that's not really my thing, to be honest. But in general, that's the thing. You're hammered. You say stuff you don't mean.
Sure.
That's possible for sure. But anyway, she was saying that. And we're having this in-depth conversation about how she felt and how blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm high right now. Like
you were at the time? Okay.
Yeah, we're having this like I'm high right now. Like everything, all the like advice that I've given you, all the thoughts I've expressed, like I 100% will stand by this fully sober, like without a doubt. And I imagine it's the case with him. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Like that's a thing. But just like for a point of reference, like, you know, we're 20 minutes into this conversation. I'm like, I'm pretty high right now.
Yeah.
It's not but if someone is worried about it, then it causes a lot of paranoia. Like that's my experience. If someone is going to be like, oh, you're just saying that because you're high, or like, oh, are you high right now? And you have to like try to keep it a secret. That's when it becomes really weird.
Right. I think also if like both of the people in the relationship or the couple aren't doing it, it like makes the other person think like, oh, like what are they thinking right now? Like how is their mind altered or whatever? Just like if somebody's drinking and another person's not, it's always just kind of like a weird dynamic. Just because because alcohol and weed and I don't know whatever else you're doing, smoking crack, it makes you feel different.
Yeah,
you know,
totally. But I feel this is so, I hate even saying this.
Let's hear it.
That like, oh, alcohol gets a different rap. But I do feel like it would be pretty normal if you know, it was the evening or like at dinner or whatever, and I'm having a couple drinks and the other person isn't, and them not to think twice. Not like even like, oh, are you being weird? Oh, calm down. Oh, whatever. Like not no one, like not even a second thought given to the fact that I'm having a couple glasses.
Well, but I think in that case, the other person on your date or girlfriend or whatever situation you're dealing with, that person probably does drink though.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe not at this particular occasion. That person does drink so that person can feel comfortable. Like, oh, I know how I feel after 2 drinks. So I know how he feels after 2 drinks. As opposed to if one of the 2 people smoke and like, you know, the girl gets super paranoid when she smokes, and now she sees her boyfriend smoke. Like it's different, you know, because people just like react to weed very differently. People also react to alcohol differently, but like you can tell like right away.
That's, you know what, that's something that can be extrapolated to a lot of different situations though as well. Like usually what you're upset about with like a partner or whoever, it's usually just a projection of your own experiences, right? Like you're like, oh, well, this is how I'm high and this is why I'm worried about it. This is the experience I had. Or like, I know when I'm like drunk, I'm a little more flirtatious. So now I'm like worried that my partner is drinking, like, oh, they're going to be like that. And it's like, they have their own relationship with alcohol.
Yeah.
They have their own all that. You're just worried about a lot of times people that are like really jealous, possessive, paranoid about being cheated on are like promiscuous or I shouldn't say promiscuous, like unfaithful themselves. Yeah. Like it's usually just a projection of how you are. And I get it because we can only like understand the world through the lens of our own experience.
Yeah, it's fucked.
That's the only reference point we have. But like, why do you think everyone is experiencing life the same way? Like you're different. No matter how close you are, you're different.
It's fucked. Like everybody, this is very scientific, but everybody is just, everybody even exist? Like your perception of the person next to you is different from the person like on the right's perception of you. And your own perception is different. So like what I think about myself is different from what Peter thinks about me, from what you guys listening and watching think about me. So like, am I even real? Are you real?
I don't know, man.
It's just
I've
like a mindset thing, bro. You know, it's just like we're here in this augmented reality, as they say, and it's just funny. So just fucking do you. Who gives a shit if your partner thinks that you're high or drunk? Then you shouldn't be with them.
If there's anything we've learned through this terrible past year, it's that all we got is ourselves. Yeah, dude. You got to be comfortable with you. You got to love yourself.
That's true. I'm happy for you taking this next step, though, man. Moving into a new apartment. It's going to be sick. And just focusing on your poker career and your financial career right now, huh?
Yeah, I think,
and comedy, of course.
Given poker the backseat right now, to focus on the comedy stuff, to focus on the creative. I mean, at the end of the day, had another success recently as well, another 5-digit success, and I was like, look, God, there are 2 things. One, like obviously it feels great, and I'm throwing like, you're $8,000 into the bank account, $6,000 into the bank account. Like that feels great. I love that, obviously. Whoa. But it's still it's dangerous when you have a lot of wins quickly. Like it's not winning $3,000 isn't going to get me going right now, and that's crazy. That's crazy. So that's why I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take some time away because I need to I need to get excited about winning $200. To be able to like play responsibly, I need to get excited about winning $200.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, at the end, like there are a lot of things I want to do with my life. poker is the easiest thing of all those. I can just pop open the laptop and start playing. I didn't lose any of the talent that I have in the game, all the knowledge I have about how to play, how to succeed, everything that I've taken in from my playing experience. I can apply that a year down the road, 5 years, 10 years down the road, whenever I want to. I know what it takes to be successful there and how to do it. But all the other things in life have to take a first priority because they take more effort, more involvement. Other people that are dependent on it. There are other requirements. Whereas with poker, it's like all you need is the internet, and I'll always have that. I'll always have access to it. And anytime if that's something I want to pursue, I'm pursuing it just like that. So anyway, that's why I haven't been taking people's Venmos. Been getting in. I cashed out this last winning and said it's time to chill. Time to enjoy life a little bit, not stress so much about just making more and more and more money because it's never going to be enough.
It'll come, bro.
It'll come.
We're fucking two young guys. You a little bit younger than me. So in terms of, cashing out 5 digits, bro, that's a lot. Do you have any number in mind where, I don't want your boss to listen, and spoiler alert, where you would potentially, quit your job and take some time off, or do you feel like you're in a position where you have a really good job and you don't want to get rid of this job? Or is it like, if I win 80K, next week, will I take some time off,
I wouldn't, like I said, I'm not playing right now, but, if I were to try to really try to go full time with that at some point, it would take a lot of money just because even if I made $100,000 or something.
How much do you get taxed on that? I know you hate talking about Uncle Sam.
It would be the same, as any income. But just my overall profit is what's being taxed. So say I won 50 grand and it took 10 grand to get there, I'd be taxed on 40 grand profit.
Right, yes.
So, if we're throwing numbers, that's about what I make right now. So if I matched my salary, even that, it isn't guaranteed. I know I'm good. I know I've proven success. I have I know what my ROI is it's pretty long-term established, but I just wouldn't want the stress of knowing that I have to go out and get it every day like that until I had enough money that that money was making its own money and I was playing with dividends. So it would be a lot. It would probably be $500,000 plus.
Yeah, because dividends are usually 3%.
Pretty small chunk. So yeah, say I had $500K invested and I was doing 7% annually on that.
Yeah.
35 grand right there.
Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah, that's solid. That's great. That's a lot of growth and money makes money, but
you'd spend all that in 1 year.
Easily. I'd spend that in, especially if that's being taxed, I'd spend that in 4 or 5 months.
If that's being taxed, I would say 35,000 is a good amount. Assuming you're not being taxed, but 35,000 in terms of cash for a year. I think you can, you could probably do that pretty easily.
With rent, I would probably spend 35 grand in 9 to 10 months.
Sure.
That's So yeah. But you also want to be saving money, making more money. But all that to say, if I were to try to pursue poker professionally, I would probably have to spend 2 years of proving to myself consistent returns while earning my normal salary just to feel safe. And then I would need a nest egg of 400 or 500 grand. Or if I got sponsored and became a poker pro through any of those websites. But again, kind of putting that pursuit on hold because it'll always be there. And it's not really if I did it 10 years down the road or whenever, it doesn't, it's not something that is dependent on the time. There's no rush for any of that. So, I'm chilling on that for now and
good mindset, man.
Trying to, there's only so much mental capacity a guy has. And when my writing is at its best, my comedy is at its best, it's when I'm falling asleep thinking about that problem. I'm obsessing about it, and then my subconscious is working.
What do you mean problem? You mean that set or whatever you're writing?
Yeah, a script I'm working on. It's almost there. It's been almost there for about 3 weeks. There's one thing I want to figure out, and every time I open it, I look through, tiny change.
Yeah.
But that one solution, I haven't found that one solution, and I want it to be on my mind. I want to wake up I'm kind of thinking about that. I want to be in the bathroom brushing my teeth what do I do? What do I want those characters doing? That's when that's when my writing is best, and that's where I need there's so much, and that's obviously, as we discussed, part of the reason for my departure here, but there's so much going on that the things I really care about, which if we're talking like I'm thinking a lot, we're getting existential in the farewell app, is I actually have a life again. I spent a year, 14 months with no options, no life, just sitting at home during this pandemic. And now this is real. And now you have to think about who you want to be and what you want to do with your life. Like it's a second. We knew we were going to get the second lease on life, kind of, but it didn't feel real, at least for me. It felt like that was never going to end. It felt like we were just stuck there forever, and you just have to live like this online version of your life, and your existence is stuck here forever, and it was horrible. And now life is back, and you can do things, and you really have to be intentional about what you're going to do with those things, because you can't take it for granted anymore. You had everything taken away from you in a way you never thought would happen for so long, so much longer than we thought. And now it's back, and now we can do something. And when I think about what I care about, like, I want to create things that I'm really, really proud of. And that takes a pretty extreme effort to do, and a lot of discipline, and something that I've put a lot of effort toward and need to put even more toward. And you know what? If someday that changes and I want to do something else, I'll do it, because there's no more wasting time. There's no more like, I'll accept the life I've been given. It's time to go out and get it.
For sure, man. Well said. Well said.
Yes,
So, Peter, I guess before we wrap up this episode, I don't even know if you need to say anything further besides that, man. That was beautiful. And obviously, you know, I will support you as your bro and as your, you know, side mate
piece.
over here. Yeah, as a side piece, of course. If you ever want to sleep over in your new apartment, you just let me know. Guys,
yes, sir.
Ted Jones Comedy Show tonight, 7:30, Asylum NYC. I'm sorry I didn't say that before. Go to my Instagram page right now, Ted Jones World. We have a few tickets left. Go ahead, get your tickets. Tickets are like $20 hairs right now, or you can go to asylumnyc.com and Ted Jones Comedy Show tonight at 7:30. I hope I see you guys there, and we'll see Peter Moran there.
Yes, sir.
Of course, Peter, as always, man, you're a lovely gentleman.
You as well.
We'll talk soon. Peace.
Cheers.